Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Central Hardin High School for tonight's boys basketball action. Tonight's matchup is between the Central Hardin Bruins and South Oldham. I am Bobby Thompson and joined tonight by Coach Paul Gray. And Coach Gray, coming into the last 10 days of the season, they finished their district games. Central Hardin is going to be the number 2 seed in the 17th district. They know they're going to face Elizabethtown in a couple of weeks. But what does a coach do near here the end of the season trying to prep for that district time?
I think in basketball, you're just trying to tighten up your rotations. You want to have the lineups that you want to have, whether that's starting, whether that's coming in the second half, whether that's the last 4 minutes of the game. Those lineups are established, hopefully, at this point. You want to come in with some good momentum as well. You want to win some games, but you want to play cleanly. I know Central Hardin in their last outing was a little sluggish, didn't play very solid basketball. I know Coach Nickel will want them in these last 3 regular season games to just really clean it all up and start playing real hard, get in playoff mode, that extra energy and desperation almost that you play with in the postseason.
Well, and then trying to get ready for Elizabethtown. Again, that game will be our Wednesday night game of District Weekly. It's February 20th. A almost perfect matchup is going to be tonight in South Oldham. The Dragons, they come in 18-7 on the season, and they are a team that likes to play 4 or 5 out. And we were watching them in warm-up shoot the ball from outside, and they've got a couple of players in particular that can fill it up. And it'll be a tough test for Coach Nickel and staff, because of the shooting ability, and we've seen that from E-Town this year. They've had the ability to shoot from the outside. And is there anything in particular, like we'll talk about some of the seniors. We had senior night here earlier, but sure. Jacob Hobbs in particular, when he comes into the ball game averaging 19 and 11 on the season, and he was just awarded a game ball for reaching the 1,000 point club here at Central Hardin. What does a player like that want to do at the end of their career, the high school career, as they get ready for college?
Man, you just want a good taste in your mouth when you leave. Obviously, you've poured so much of yourself, your time, your effort with your guys, and you just really wanted to have a strong finish, a good feeling about it as you're walking out the door. And so the effort, and you don't want to have one of those games where you lay an egg. I know my older brother, who's a really good basketball player at North Hardin, the worst game he ever played in his life was his last game at North Hardin. I think that's still stuck in his craw a little bit. You certainly don't want to have one of those outings where the ball just doesn't go in the basket. You want to be loose. I think that's a key to that, is not putting too much pressure on yourself and kind of relying on your teammates.
For tonight, the starters for the Bruins: Gavin George, Dianco Wilkerson, Damon Munford, Jacob Hobbs, and Jack Kitzeball. For the Dragons, Jason King, Nick Cranfill, Seth Johnson, Luke Morrison, and Ben Mickle. It'll be Morrison and Hobbs to jump, and the Bruins will control the opening tip. George with it. Now gives it to Munford. And now Wilkerson into the lane, tries to lay it off for Munford, sends it out for Hobbs. Hobbs driving across, pull up 15-footer, it's short. And Morrison with the rebound. Quickly to the corner. Mickle has his shot blocked by Hobbs. That's going to stay on this end. And the one thing that a lot of teams aren't used to facing Central Hardin is the length of Central. They've got several players, 6'3", 6'4", Jacob Hobbs, 6'8". Quickly getting it in, King on the way, and it's good.
This South Oldham team is one of the top three-point shooting teams in the state, 42% as a team, and they get it started off with a great shot from King.
An illegal pick. I believe it's going to be on Kitzeball. His first, team's first. And back over to the Dragons. Johnson brings it up the court. Johnson averaging 17 points and 6 boards a night. Morrison with it. Kicks out to King. Back to Morrison down low. It's good. 5-0 lead, 1 minute into the ball game for the Dragons. Gavin George forces his way inside, loses the ball. It's going to go off a Bruin and go over to South Oldham. Now Central will bring some pressure. Dragons get it past midcourt. Johnson had a clear path all the way inside. He gives it to Cranfield. He gets inside, misses that shot. Rebound by Wilkerson. Now George. That's going to be a foul on Johnson. That'll be his first, team's first. Kiss the ball to inbound the ball for the Bruins. Hobbs shot it as soon as he touched the ball in the inbound pass. It rims out. Cranfield for three. Loops it out. Morrison right there in great position. And we say he's averaging 4 3-pointers a ball game. His first 2 buckets have come from inside the paint.
He is a 26-point-a-night scorer, one of the top scorers in the state of Kentucky.
Mumford now with it at the top of the key. South Oldham has stayed in a man-to-man. Wilkerson will step up for a 3, and it's in. First points of the night for the Bruins. 3-pointer by Deonko Wilkerson. Morrison kicks out. Johnson drives in, kicks out to the corner to Cranfield. Nickel now with it to the corner to King. Johnson open 3, top of the key, it's good.
You've got to close out everywhere against that team. You cannot give open looks even from 25 feet.
George drives into the lane. His shot rolls around and gets into the bucket. 10-5 now with 5 minutes to go here in our opening quarter. And Morrison 3, left side, it's good.
They've only missed 1 shot so far, and it was a layup. The rest of them have been in.
George turnaround 8-footer, no good. Morrison with the rebound is going to send it ahead for King. And King gets the layup. And they've raced now to a 10-point lead over the Bruins. Ty Turner set to check in at the next timeout. Hobbs kicks to Kissaball, 3 from the corner. Kissaball fouled on the play. It's going to be on Morrison, his first, team second. And that'll send Kissaball to the line to shoot 3. We'll get one more. Chase Elmore checks into the lineup for Mumford. Kissaball knocks this one down. Ty Turner will check in for him. He knocks it down. Nickel, and it'll be an 18-foot pull-up by Morrison. No good. Johnson gets the rebound. He's inside, trying to get it up. Gets it up and over Ty Turner and gets the made bucket. Gavin George, 3 left side. It's good. Nickel drives inside. He'll dump it off. And they fly past Johnson. He waits and lets him go by and knocks down another three, his second of the night. (20-10) with 3:15 to go.
This is about the halftime score last night. They're scoring some points.
4 3-pointers made by the Dragons, 2 3-pointers made by the Bruins. George lost his footing. Oh, I disagree with this call.
They bailed him out big time there.
Yes, they did. They're going to give the foul to King. But that, we could see it from our angle very clearly. Gavin George was expecting contact, and King gave way, and George just went to the floor. Elmore to inbound it into Hobbs. Quick shot from Jacob Hobbs. He'll be fouled. That's going to be on Mickle. That'll be his first, team's fourth. And Hobbs will go to the line to shoot 2.
I'm sure Coach Mickle wants Jacob to be very aggressive trying to get to the rim tonight.
And again, I'm kind of surprised they don't have Jacob do a couple of post moves every once in a while, just to kind of, because he's bigger than every player he's played against this year. Misses that second one.
Especially when you get a favorable matchup against a smaller opponent.
Cranfield kicks it to Mickle in the corner. And King with it. And an errant pass stolen away by Elmore. Turner, he'll pull up 12-footer, no good. Gavin George there. Offensive rebound and the putback. 2:05 remaining in the opening quarter, 20-13, a 7-point lead for the Dragons. Backdoor cut to King, reverse layup, no good. Tried to knock it out on the floor. King gets it to Johnson. His three on the way off, and George with the rebound. And Seth Johnson, anticipating that pass, gets the steal and the layup. Johnson with 10 points here in our opening quarter.
Going to go to a zone here now. They've been in a man look and now going to a zone.
That's going to be on King. That'll be his second, team's fifth. That'll get Kisseball back into the lineup. That'll also get Stragan, sorry. Now they're ready. Elmore to inbound it, gets it quickly into Kisseball. Hobbs pull up 18-footer. Knocked around. No good. Morrison tries to send it ahead to Mickle. And I believe Hobbs redirected that pass and Mickle knocks it out of bounds.
I'll be interested to see if they'll continue to go back to Jacob Hobbs. I think he has a one-on-one advantage against Mickle. He fell away on that last shot. I think he needs to be taking him to the rim.
A little surprised he didn't stay with the zone. I don't believe Central shot him out of the zone. Wilkerson, his pull-up 15-footer off the glass. It's good. Downco Wilkerson now with 5 points. 33 seconds to go in the quarter. Johnson loses the dribble. Hobbs gets to it. And it'll be a 30-second timeout for the Bruins. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Coach, early on, what have you noticed out of both of these teams?
Well, again, whenever Central Hardin's doing a good job of challenging shots, that's when you're seeing missed shots by the Dragons. Hobbs' length, Gavin George, and several of those guys. I'm seeing them try offensively. Central Hardin try to get the ball in the lane and penetrate and dish. Gavin George doing a good job of that. Sometimes taking ill-advised shots in the lane, though.
George drives a runner down the lane. It's good. George now with 9 points of it, and they steal, and Kisseball gets his first made bucket here to close out this quarter. 2 seconds. And that'll do it. And so what was an 11-point lead for the Dragons is cut to 3 by the end of the first quarter. South Oldham on top, 22-19 after 1. This is a Hardin County Education and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. With Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Scoring from that first quarter. First for the Dragons, Jason King with 5, Seth Johnson with 10, Luke Morrison with 7. For the Bruins, Gavin George with 9, Deonko Wilkerson with 5, Jacob Hobbs with 1, and Jack Kisseball with 4. It will be Dragons basketball to start this second quarter. Cranfield gives it off to Johnson. There'll be a 3 from Stragan. Offensive rebound by Johnson. Cranfield gets to the bucket, no good in there. Kisseball had redirected. Stragan got the ball back. And now Morrison will go in. That one's ripped away by Hobbs. Wilkerson heading the other direction. Wilkerson's layup no good. Johnson gets a rebound on that end. He quickly gets it ahead for Morrison. Not able to make that one in. It's a little too hard. Kisseball ahead for Gavin George. Gavin George in the double digits with 11, and it's a 1-point ball game.
The ball's going up and down the court at a frenetic pace at this point.
It goes off Hobbs. It'll stay with the Dragons. Central Hardin on an 8-0 run, ending out that opening quarter in the start of the second quarter. Stragan to inbound the ball for the Dragons. Hobbs knocks that one free. I don't think it's a secret. Obviously, Jacob Hobbs signed with Lipscomb. Actually, Morrison is going down for an unofficial visit this weekend to Lipscomb. Three-pointer on the way. That one by Durham. No good. Hobbs with the rebound. Kicks to Kisseball. 3 on the way. It's short. Johnson with another rebound. It's not often you see the point guard of a team rebound as much as we have seen Johnson do, and there's Morrison knocking down the 2-pointer to break about a 3.5-minute scoreless streak. And Hobbs went through 3 different screens to get open there, and a good feed inside from Elmore. Hobbs gets his first made basket, 3rd point of the ball game. Tragram blocked by Elmore on that one. Wilkerson 3 from the corner, it's off. Elmore with the rebound. Finds Gavin George in the lane, turnaround 10-footer. Too strong, Johnson with the rebound. Johnson quickly ahead to Cranfield. Morrison underneath, it's good. He's now into double digits with 11. There are some tired individuals on the court right now. And now South Oldham will go to a 2-3 zone. They find Wilkerson in the middle of the lane. His shot no good. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson kicks to the corner. Cranfield for 3. It's good.
You mentioned them looking a little tired, and when you get tired and you leave guys open, they're going to make you pay here tonight.
Kisselball's been running the baseline. Now George will drive in. And we're going to have a timeout by Coach Nickel. It'll be a full timeout with 4:30 to go in the first half of play. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Coach, what do you do when your team is tired? Well, I mean, obviously you call a timeout or try to get them rest, but is there something else that
The only thing you can do in this kind of a game where it's this fast of a pace is you got to substitute a little more regularly. He's had a couple kids who had played most of the first half until recently, or including Jacob Hobbs. But you just got to keep people moving in and out. That's your only option as far as trying to keep them fresh, is getting them regular rest.
Wilkerson will step up for a 3, no good. Johnson with another rebound. Quickly gets it ahead to Cranfield. They'll swing it around. That one's partially blocked. Shot from Durham. George, baseball pass ahead to Wilkerson. Mumford and Turner into the ball game. Johnson sprawled out. I think that would have been a better no call. It'll be the second on Johnson. His second, team 6, and from this point on, the Bruins will be shooting the bonus. Carson Richards checks in for South Oldham to take Seth Johnson's spot. And the Dragons back to man-to-man. And Wilkerson blows past his man. He gets the layup. Richards now with it. Cranfield 3, left side, off the iron. Elmore with the rebound, quick go ahead to Damon Mumford, who as going down, gets it to Wilkerson, and Wilkerson will be fouled by Richards. That'll be Richards' first, team 7th, and that'll put Wilkerson on the line shooting 2. Ben Mickle back into the lineup for the Dragons. Jacob Hobbs and Sean Hay back in for Central Hardin. I believe Jack Kisseball is waiting to check in for Wilkerson if he knocks down this second free throw. She does. Does a pace like this cause you to change up, like doing full court pressure, which we saw from the Bruins early in the ball game, and now we don't see it as much from them? And I would think at this point, with not having the point guard in, Seth Johnson, it might be the time to actually do some full court pressure.
Might be. I mean, I think maybe Coach Nickel has had to adjust what he's thinking he's going to be able to do based on, you know, how his guys are feeling on the floor. So that could be something he's considering as he's calling off the pressure, full court pressure.
Foul was on Gavin George, his first, team second. Kisseball takes that one away. Racing the other way. Misses that one, but he was fouled. I believe this might be on Richards. No, it's not. It's going to be on Morrison, his second, team's eighth.
Well, if you're sitting on the green side of the court, you may be concerned that you've had 8 fouls called, and only 2 on the Bruins. It's been a very aggressive, physical game, and you'd think there would be fouls on both sides. Both teams very aggressive with one another.
Creighton Thieneman checking into the lineup for the Dragons. This ball knocks down the second. And Richards got in the air and then wasn't going to shoot it. Kisseball gets the steal, quickly ahead to Gavin George. Spin move, no good, and this will be on Richards. And we'll send George to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you're starting to see a few easier looks for the Bruins. Gavin George, Jack Kisseball getting to the basket. Deonko Wilkerson a little while ago. I know Coach Simpson from South Oldham was concerned about giving up easy baskets.
This is that one. Jason King checks back into the lineup for the Dragons. Deonko Wilkerson back in for the Bruins. 2:15 to go. Just a 2-point ball game, 29-27. This is the 11th free throw for the Bruins. The Dragons have not shot one yet. Now we're back to the full court pressure. Steal by Hobbs. And he gets the bucket, and with that, Coach Simpson will take a timeout as the Bruins take their first lead of the night. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Reminder, next week we will have 2 ball games here on HCEC-TV. They will be against the same teams, just on different nights. We'll have boys action on Thursday night right back here at Central Hardin High School as they will host the Green Wave of Meade County. And then on Friday night, it'll be girls action as Meade County will come to take on the Central Hardin Bruins. Both of those scheduled for a 7:30 tip time. So we come back to action, 2:10 to go in the first half. 30-29, Central Hardin on top, and they force another turnover. Coach Simpson, whatever he talked about in the huddle, they did not execute it on the court.
They did not.
And he made sure his team knew that he was not pleased with their play.
I think they've turned it over 3 of their last 4 possessions.
I really think since Seth Johnson went out of the ball game, it's really changed kind of the demeanor and the makeup of the Dragons.
Well, both Johnson and Morrison, their top 2 scorers and ball handlers, are on the bench right now, both with 2 fouls.
Alley-oop for Hobbs, it's good. And we can see it from here because we see it all the time. as soon as he passed it and took off, Chase Elmore knew exactly where he was going to deliver it to. Jason King steps foot on the line, no good. Hobbs goes the other way, gives it up for George. George 3, off the iron. Wilkerson with the offensive rebound, but it'll be Cranfield who gets the steal, and at the other end, he gets the bucket. Foul's going to be on Wilkerson, his first, team's third. And that free throw ties it back up at 20. Ty Turner checks in for the Bruins. And we didn't talk a lot about it, but this South Oldham team shooting 76-77% from the free throw line on the season as a team. Very good free throw shooting.
Yeah, they have
team.
5 guys that shoot 80% or higher. Unheard of.
Heard of
yeah,
anymore.
it's not.
Elmore will take a 3 right side. It's short. Wilkerson offensive rebound. Loses it going up. We'll stay with the Bruins. We get just under a minute to go in this opening half. Wilkerson 3 from the corner. And Elmore just went up over top of the South Oldham Dragon. Didn't touch him. I mean, it was a good job of getting the rebound and the putback. His first points of the night. Johnson kicks outside. 3 on the way. That one from Dapt. No good. Hobbs will take it up the other way. 31 seconds to go. Jason King did an excellent job jumping in front of that. And it gets a tie up between he and Jacob Hobbs. Ball will stay with the Bruins. Here, Coach Nick will call out one shot. 15 seconds to go. Gavin George, skip pass across, Hobbs 3. In and out. Mickle gets it quickly up. 1 second. He got rid of it. Oh! Oh!
They've called a foul. I don't know where the Bruins are going.
Oh, that is terrible. That is terrible. How? That's looking for trouble and finding it. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. That's an awful call.
Who'd they call that on?
23 for, it was Creighton Thieneman gets the foul called on him, and now the official puts his whistle in his pocket, which is where it should have been. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Our halftime score, 34-32. Central Hardin on top. We'll be back after this short timeout with first half stats and analysis and second half action.
Hi, I'm Dale Mings. Welcome to HCEC-TV live sports coverage. Now we're here again today in our studios talking to one of our longtime sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, and we have Don McMahon with us today to tell us a little bit more about Brandenburg. Welcome, Don.
How you doing? Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Don, tell us a little bit about Brandenburg Telecom, kind of its history and so forth.
Yeah, Brandenburg Telecom has been in this area since 65 years. We started off in Radcliffe, and then we branched out from there. So in E-Town, we've probably been offering service in E-Town it's probably about 18 to 20 years almost for service in E-Town. So we have all the cities in Hardin County, so we've been here for a little while.
Now, I used to live in Meade County, and so I know that Brandenburg kind of started out as one of those small town telephone companies.
That's where we first started, and we decided to branch out from there, so yep.
And it's, you know, I think one of the things that's always intrigued me was the fact that you guys have been really innovative. And again, you know, that small town telephone company, but yet you guys have brought the cutting edge technology to our area, and I think you continue to do that.
Yeah, fiber service is a big deal. I'm sure everybody's heard of fiber service mainly from Google, you know, bringing it to major cities throughout the U.S. So we started out in Meade County building fiber service, and we have most of it built out. It's still going, but recently we're able to offer fiber in the county of Hardin County, whereas we used to be in the cities. Now we're in the cities with fiber and the county. So the county is getting built out slowly but surely. We have 2 crews going right now, so hopefully we'll get it out. We'll get it out built eventually.
I know that's good news for a lot of folks like me. I live way out there in the boonies, and right now we don't have a whole lot of options.
Yeah, right now with today's technology, you have wireless devices, you have 4K TVs, so that demands a lot of bandwidth. And with fiber service, you can get up to 1 gig at your home, so that's huge. I mean, for a little community like this, which E-Town's getting bigger and bigger every day, I know that. So it's a really good product to have.
So I guess what we need to tell people is stay tuned. It's coming.
Definitely.
You know.
When we do open a new fiber area, we go door to door. So we'll hang a bag on your door, and then that'll let you know that fiber's ready. And we also do some advertising in the News Enterprise, and we put all the addresses in the that's available. So you can check that out too.
Well, now, if people wanted to know, for instance, are they in an area where they already have Brandenburg available to them, you know, how can they find out about what's available, what services you offer?
Yeah, definitely give us the call at our office. We have a new office in E-Town on 62. Phone number is 270-982-4466. And anybody can tell you what we do. We do TV, phone, internet, security, so they can get any information from the office. Just call your local office.
So the new office kind of took the place of the one that was downtown on Dixie.
Yeah, we used to be on Dixie Highway. We shared a space with West Point Bank, but we've grown bigger and we have bigger plans, so we got spread out a little bit. So.
I think it's kind of neat how you've kind of kept that architectural style from the office in Brandenburg.
Yeah, it's easy enough structure to build, so I guess I like it. So
I know when they were building that, when I was living in Meade County, and I watched that one build there in Brandenburg, and I thought, is that going to be a church building? Is all that stained glass, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people say that. It's definitely a big steeple. So
well, it's pretty the way you turn the different colored lights on at different times and things. So that's pretty cool. All right. Well, here's obviously you guys have been supporting high school sports by being a sponsor of our live coverage. And that's been going on for quite a while. So why do you think why has Brandenburg gotten involved that way?
Well, like I said, we're a local company, so the community is important to us. We want to give all of our customers, you know, the best services and conveniences. So, you know, a lot of people, if they can't make the game, they can go to Channel 1 and watch it. We play a lot of replays, so if you missed it, you can go back and catch it. We also are involved in the high school, like a co-op program. So as much as we can interact with the high schools and the high school kids, the better for us, because, you know, maybe they'll work for us one day. So we want to definitely keep that relationship going. So
you mentioned co-op program. Is that a way for students to learn more about technology?
Yeah, our co-op program, they can work in the office. They can you know, slowly learn and just get a better knowledge of what we do.
Wow, that's awesome, because, you know, that's something that Hardin County Schools is big in right now, is getting kids ready to work.
Yes, definitely. That's huge lately. You know, even the college is doing that through HCEC-TV.
Yeah. Kind of hard to remember that day, but it changed a few years ago. But yeah. Well, we really appreciate all that you do for us, and folks, there's a lot of things here in Hardin County we would not be able to do if it wasn't for Brandenburg Telecom basically backing us up. And so we really appreciate all that you do.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for being here today.
right.
Now we're going to get back to that ball game.
What kind of fundraiser could I do? Maybe a yard sale? Yeah. 5K maybe? Ooh, a bake sale sounds good. Hello?
Hey, I was wondering if you're busy right now.
I've just been looking at some fundraisers for my school. Do you have any ideas?
I think I have the perfect solution. Maybe try going for the Kroger's Community Rewards program. All you do is go to Kroger.com, sign into your account, click on My Account, and enroll in Community Rewards, and search your school and click Enroll. And it's that simple, and with every purchase you make, it provides funds for your school.
Wow, that's awesome. That sounds easy for everyone.
It is, and it raises money for your school all year instead of just once.
That's awesome. That's a wonderful idea. Thanks for the suggestion.
Welcome back to Central Hardin High School here at Terry Buckles Court for tonight's boys basketball action. Our halftime score is the Central Hardin Bruins on top, 34-32 over the South Oldham Dragons. Going down the scoring from the first half, first for the Dragons, Jason King with 5, Nick Cranfield had 6, Seth Johnson with 10, and Luke Morrison with 11. For the Bruins, Gavin George led all scorers with 12, Deonko Wilkerson with 8, Chase Elmore with 2, Jacob Hobbs with 7, and Jack Kisseball with 5. Coach, I mean, the tale of the in the first half, honestly, was fouls and foul trouble for the Dragons. They had 10 fouls to just 3 fouls by the Bruins, and it's Carson Richards has 2, Jason King has 2, Seth Johnson has 2, and Luke Morrison has 2 fouls. And that really, it pulled them out when they had a lead, especially taking Johnson and Morrison off the court at the same time, really seemed to slow down this this Dragons team, and almost to, unfortunately, a standing halt. And what was a 10, 11-point lead actually eroded all the way away, and the Bruins were able to take the lead at halftime.
Yeah, those two kids coming off the floor made such a difference. Even before they came off the floor with foul trouble, the Bruins, after 2 or 3 minutes where they gave up about 16 points at the beginning of the game, they really settled in and played some really good defense following that.
Johnson gets knocked to the floor, no call caught. Hobbs comes back the other way, gives it to George. And then Elmore pulls up for 3, doesn't get the roll. Johnson with the rebound. Morrison pulls up for a 3, looked hurried on that one. Cranville with the rebound. Jason King for 3, no good. That went off of Hobbs, and it'll stay with the Dragons.
That was a tough shot that Morrison took. Chase Elmore really did a great job challenging that shot.
Good into Johnson. He drives in the lane, kicks out Mickle from the corner for 3. It's good. Ben Mickle, his first points of the night.
That's one of the first uncontested threes they've had in quite a long time, and they're going to knock those down.
Again, all 5 players will shoot it from the outside. Trying to get it into George. Jason King does a good job getting in front of it. Johnson goes the other way. His layup blocked by Hobbs. Kisseball, he'll take a 3 left side, no good. King with another rebound. Head to Morrison. Morrison will be fouled. He'll be going to the free throw line. This might be on Elmore. That'll be his first, team's first. And Morrison to the line for the first time tonight.
Morrison was a little frustrated with the foul he took there, but he could have given that up very easily to Mickle, wide open under the basket for just an easy 2.
Gets the roll on that one. Now with 13 points in the ball game, and it's a 3-point lead for the Dragons. Wilkerson down the lane, he misses in there. Johnson with the rebound, that would be a carry. And he actually, as he turned and started to run, he was right at Jason King. Elmore inbound this one for the Bruins. Hobbs will just pull up, take a 3. It's no good. Morrison with the rebound. Cranville to Mickle on the baseline. Mickle back out to Cranville. Now Johnson with it. Ooh. Kissaball got in the air. That'll be his second, team second. And it'll be Dragons basketball. And a 5-second call.
I think, Bobby, that play by Kissaball shows how committed the Bruins are to trying to contest all these shots. He's in the air at the slightest hint that the ball's going up.
5:55 to go here in the third quarter. Wilkerson going to drive inside, switches to his right hand, hits the floater, and Deonko Wilkerson now to double digits with 10. Cuts it to a 1-point lead for the Dragons. And Johnson, a deep 3 on the way off the iron. Cranville with the rebound, right back to Johnson. And Wilkerson knocked it loose. I'm going to say that went off of Johnson or Cranville over there. And it'll be a turnover to the Bruins. Ty Turner back into the lineup for Central Hardin. Gavin George spins in the lane up off the glass. It's good. And the Bruins back on top with 3 minutes gone in this quarter. 5 minutes to go. 1-point lead. King drives inside. Now they'll kick it around. Morrison 3 on the way. It's good. His second 3-pointer of the night. And when they catch it in rhythm and no one really right in front of them, I mean, it seems like they don't miss those shots.
It's automatic.
Hobbs gets it into the lane to Gavin George. I don't know if he knew he was that open. Turns around, gets it in the bucket. 16 points now for the Central Hardin junior. King drives in, kicks out to Johnson. He'll take a 3 from there. It's good. His third 3-pointer, his first point since the opening quarter of the ball game.
That was a tough shot, too, contested.
Back-to-back 3-pointers made now by the Dragons, gives them a 3-point lead. 15-footer from Hobbs. We're going to have a foul on Cranville. That'll be his first, team's first. That'll send Hobbs to the line to shoot 2. Hobbs 1 for 2 from the line tonight.
Hearing some rather vocal, loud urging from the stands. I think Jacob's father for him to take the ball to the basket like we're urging him to do as well.
Johnson will get the Dragons into their offense. Mickle let him run by. Hobbs does a good job getting that steal. Just, I mean, 6'8", long arms. That is tough to try to get anything past him. Have a foul, but that's going to be on Cranfield as well. That'll be his second, team's second. Five players for the Dragons with 2 fouls. 1 player for the Bruins with 2. George down on the block. Spins away from the basket. Fall away, no good. Mickle with the rebound. Morrison, pull up 10-footer. It's off the iron. Turner with the rebound. Quickly gives it up to Wilkerson. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Jack Kisseball will check in for the Bruins at the next stoppage. Shot blocked by Morrison. Johnson comes out, goes the other way. Quickly to Cranfield. It's shot no good. Wilkerson with the rebound. Johnson knocks it out of bounds. That will get Kisseball back into the lineup. Coach Simpson pleading his case. It seems like they've gone in for 2 or 3 layups. They've missed them. There's been contact at the other end when they, when the Bruins drive in. Doesn't feel he's getting the same treatment. They'll get a technical. He slapped him. A bench warning issued to South Oldham. Good pass from Turner into George. George able to kick it out. Mumford will get it to Kisseball on the baseline. And that'll be a foul on Johnson. That'll be his third, team's third.
It's really interesting what they're doing. They really are working Diaco Wilkerson and Gavin George on the post, trying to get them the ball inside. They like that matchup, and their guards are actually the one they're throwing the ball to in the post.
And you think if they're thinking ahead to E-Town, the players that'll be guarding Wilkerson as Ty Turner takes a 3 short, it would most likely be Cam Sherrard and Kaya Sherrard would be the ones that would be drawing the duty of guarding Wilkerson and George. Mickle steps in. I don't know how he got that. Went off the side of the backboard and in. His 5th point of the night. And it's out to a 4-point lead for the Dragons.
Chase Elmore is a willing shooter, and he's got open look there from the top of the key and has not letting that ball go. There it is.
Stepped into that one. That 3 a little long. Morrison with the rebound. Cranfield now around Mickle in the corner. Back to Johnson. Johnson gets in, kicks out. Cranville for 3. That one's long. That'll go off Mickle and over to the Bruins. Bianco Wilkerson and Jacob Hobbs back into the lineup for the Bruins. That'll get Thomas Downs back in for South Oldham as Sean Hay also checks back in for the Bruins. And now it'll be Cade Durham checking into the lineup for the Dragons. Kisseball steps into a 3 there, just long. They're going to call Morrison on holding Sean Hay down. He had him hooked.
The
His
difference
third, team's fourth.
Yeah, the difference right now is just being able to make open three-point shots.
That one poked away by Johnson. King comes out of it, goes the other way, and that'll be a travel. Not sure Durham knew he was going to get that pass from there. .35 seconds to go in the quarter. Skip pass for Wilkerson. Three on the way, it's good. And Wilkerson with his second three-pointer of the night.
That's what they needed. They've been 0 for 5 in this third quarter. They needed a make from three-point land.
Three players came to jump. And now to be Durham for three, no good. Johnson with the offensive rebound. Munford quickly gets it out, 2 seconds to go. Hobbs pulls up 29-footer off the back of the iron, and the third quarter comes to a close. South Oldham on top, 45-44. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Coach, through 3 quarters, what have you noticed from both of these teams?
Well, again, I'm really impressed with Central Hardin, their defense. They've really put a stop to a lot of the high-scoring, high-flying ability of the South Oldham Dragons. They've done a great job. They've got to make a few shots, though. Again, they went ice cold there from the perimeter in that third quarter. Did a good job pushing it inside. That's what they've got to keep doing. They've got to push the ball to the basket to stay in this ball game.
Central Hardin basketball to start this fourth quarter. Elmore takes a three there. It's good. And a three to end the quarter, a three to start the quarter. Gets the Bruins back on top by 2. 5th point of the night, 4. And Coach Simpson going to take a 30-second timeout. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Reminder, next week we will have 2 ball games, as it will be Thursday night. It'll be boys action right back here at Central Hardin, as they will host Meade County Greenway. On Friday night, it'll be girls action right here, as Meade County will come to face on the Central Hardin Bruins on Friday night. And then Monday, February 18th, starts the 17th District Tournament for both the boys and the girls. We'll have a double header on that Monday night, as it'll be the 4-5 matchup in both the boys and the girls tournament. We'll give you more details on the rest of the 17th District Tournament a little bit later. Downs for 3, it's good. His first bucket of the night. Shocker, it was a 3. These guys shoot it from everywhere. And it seems like it's any player that comes in. Gavin George open for a 3, passes it by, goes inside, gets hit. Foul will be on Durham, his first, team's 5th. And George will be going to the line to shoot 1.
That's where Gavin's made a living tonight. He's been going to the rim beautifully, posting up, driving.
Misses that one there. Johnson will bring it up the court. Morrison pull up. No good. Ball knocked around. Wilkerson gets the rebound. Hobbs step back three. It's good.
It's his first points of the second half. He and Morrison only 3 points each in the second half.
Wilkerson will get tagged with that one. His second, team's third. Foul on Hobbs as he ran through the screen. That'll be his first, team's fourth. Cranville for three. Off the back of the iron. Morrison with the rebound. Just a short 8-footer. Knocks that one down. It's going to give him 18 points on the night. Hobbs guarded by Mickle. Hobbs gets into the lane all the way to the bucket. Hard to stop when he gets in there. 13 points now for Jacob Hobbs. Good look from King to Morrison. Morrison now with 20 points on the night. 2-point lead for the Bruins as Gavin George walks it up the court. 5:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Now they run and jump at Wilkerson. And errant behind the back pass. Morrison gets the steal. Quickly ahead to King. And we're all tied. Jason King, now his first point since the first quarter, gives him 7. Gavin George drives into the lane. That's going to be on King. He grabbed onto the arm. That'll be the third on King, team 6. And after these 2 free throws from George, it will be Central Hardin in the bonus. Knocks down the second one. Jacob Hobbs called a timeout. I don't think that Coach Nickel was ready for that timeout. They came over and they said Jacob Hobbs called the timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. To finish up with the 17th District Tournament ball games, they will all be at Elizabethtown High School. They will all be live here on HCEC-TV. 4-5 matchups in both boys and girls district will be on Monday, February 18th. We'll have the first semifinal of the boys, which will be John Hardin versus the 4-5 winner on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, it'll be Central Hardin and Elizabethtown in boys action. On Thursday night, it'll be the 2 semifinals for the girls. Friday night, it'll be the boys championship, and Saturday, the girls championship. And Nick Cranville, on an excellent feed, gets the layup at the other end. Hobbs, top of the key, 3, no good. Mickle with the rebound, gives it to Johnson. Johnson lets everyone go by. He'll put the Dragons offense into motion. And I think that's going to be on Hobbs, as he was again fighting through the picks. And they set 1 pick down at the bottom, King to the corner, And then Morrison peeled up towards the top of the key, and there were 2 players there sitting picks. Hobbs runs through him. And a scoop, and good as Johnson, impressive on that one. This will be a foul on Chase Elmore. He picks up his second. Team 6th. Johnson to the line to shoot 1. And back out to a 4-point lead for the Dragons. And Kissaball trapped there. It's going to be a steal by King. He'll give it to Johnson. He'll bring it up the court. Nickel takes it to the top of the key, gives it off to King. They had Cranfield going by. Johnson misses that 3. Hobbs with the rebound. Hobbs gives it to Kissaball. He drives baseline, loses it, but Wilkerson there to pick it up. Gavin George at the free throw line. Fade away, 12-footer high. No good. Morrison with the rebound. Here comes Wilkerson to divide pressure. Johnson picked it up unexplainably. Morrison for 3. In and out. And the rebound by Kissaball. Elmore down low. Back out to Hobbs. Kissaball take a 3 left side, in and out. King with the rebound. Three minutes to go in the ball game, a 4-point lead for the Dragons. And block, I don't know how many blocks tonight that Jacob Hobbs has, but beyond the blocks, how many shots he's just altered tonight. George spinning in the lane. See if that was on Cranville, or it's going to be on Cranfield. That'll be his 3rd. Team 7th. George to the line to shoot 2. This is that one. That'll get Sean Hay back in. Ty Turner is supposed to come back in for Gavin George if he knocks down this free throw. Free throw off the back of the iron. Mickle with the rebound. That one up, no good. Ball knocked around. Gavin George comes out with it for the Bruins. And that King, that's a great, I mean, it's not a great foul. It's a good call. He was falling down and was trying to chicken wing George as he went up. George clearly had, he was going to get past King. King picks up that cheap foul. That's going to be his 4th foul. George back to the line. Okay, I need to check your stats. Is that 6 consecutive misses by Gavin George from the line? I've got him 1 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. He's got 18 points in the ball game. Knocks that one down. See, all we got to do is talk about it.
I think that's tiredness. He's been a lot of the offense, a lot of the focus, handling the ball, driving, maybe a little more physical play than he's used to as well, and the pace. And his stroke doesn't look good at the free throw line.
Some sweat on the ground. They're going to get that cleaned up. 2:26 to go here in the ball game. South Oldham with a 3-point lead. Morrison puts it on the floor. He gets past his defender and misses the layup down low. And Coach Nichols, sensing a possible turnover coming, calls a timeout. Have, I think, Central with one left. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. 2:10 to go here in the ball game. Central Hardin basketball, they are down 59-56 to the Dragons. Coming out onto the court for the Dragons, it'll be King, Mickle, Johnson, Cranfield, and Morrison. For the Bruins, Elmore, George, Wilkerson, Kissaball, and Hobbs.
Very important the Bruins score if they get in a situation where they have to foul.
Cutting to the hole is
Beautiful.
Hobbs. Excellent play, especially coming out of that timeout. Hobbs now with 15 points on the night. Mickle gonna drive through, tries a pass, trying to thread it through there. George comes up with the steal. One-point ball game.
Actually posting
Into
Jacob up.
Hobbs. With a foul on Mickle. Hobbs will be going to the line. Hobbs 2 for 4 from the line tonight. It's going to be the second foul on Mickle. Team's 9th, and from this point on, Bruins will be in the double bonus. All tied at 59. Sean Hay will check into the lineup for Kissaball. So Central with a 1-point lead. Johnson drives baseline, gets Wilkerson in the air. Out to Morrison, 3 on the way, it's good, and you saw the entire bench for South Oldham. As soon as it went up, they stood up, and Coach Simpson quickly calls a timeout as the Dragons take a 2-point lead with 1:14 to go. And Coach, what's the strategy for both these teams coming down the stretch?
Well, you know, that three-pointer makes a big difference. Obviously, South Oldham with the lead is devastating. They shoot almost 80% from the free throw line as a team. If you get in a situation where you've got a foul, you've got a problem. So right here, the Bruins are going to have to get a bucket to keep this thing tight. And on the other end, obviously, the Bruins can't give up what they just did right there, which is open looks. They've got to run to shooters and not give those open looks. South Oldham right here, a stop for them, as far as I'm concerned, could mean a win right here. Then they just have to take care of the basketball and make it a free throw shooting contest, at which point they're going to win the ball game. So big possession right here. If they can get a stop, they're in the driver's seat. If the Bruins really need a bucket on this possession right here. It's an uphill climb at that point.
Who do you go to? Do you go to Jacob Hobbs on this end? They did out of the last time out.
King, number 11, is a great little player. But honestly, size-wise and strength-wise, anybody who he is guarding can get him to the rim. Whether that's Gavin George or whether it's Deonko Wilkerson, that's been one of their key ideas throughout the game. Now, they may be playing a zone right here to try to stop that, but that would have been a good matchup. But, yes, trying to throw it into Jacob is a great idea. but not on the perimeter.
Gavin George inside, tries to get it outside to kiss the ball. 55 seconds to go. It's a Hobbs in the corner. Back cut by Kissaball. Missed the shot inside. Central Hardin bench wanting to foul. Johnson picks it up, gets it to King. And now Coach I mean, they were all over Johnson at midcourt. No foul called. Hobbs gets the steal. And Hobbs were all tied. 25 seconds to go.
As I said, all South Oldham had to do is take care of the ball right there. And Jacob's length, he creates the steal in the bucket. Fantastic play by Jacob Hobbs.
Now, if you're South Oldham, I don't think you call timeout. I think you go.
You're holding it here for the last shot.
On the road. Now you try to get something to Morrison.
Absolutely.
Under 10 seconds to go. Johnson picks out Morrison. Open, doesn't take it. In the lane, kicks to King. No good. We had a whistle.
It's call of travel. There was a travel call before the pass. An extra step before he was able to pass it back out.
Why didn't Morrison shoot the open three?
Wide open look, exactly what they wanted. He didn't take it.
And Coach Nickel going to take their last timeout with 1 second to go. Now, you have this for the Bruins. Chase Elmore was going to take that one out. Chase Elmore, quarterback for the football team. He is going to be stationary under the goal. But there's no doubt he can throw the ball the length of the court. You know, is this where you set up Jacob Hobbs at the free throw line and try to get him something where?
I like Hobbs a little more closer to mid-court, catch and turn. I mean, you know, you're taking a long three at that point, but the opportunity to do that. The other opportunity, I'm telling you, the best receiver on the floor right here is Deonko Wilkerson. And I'm going to talk a little football, run a vertical route, have him running vertically up the floor and throw it down court to him. That, to me, is your best option. If you had a little more time, you could throw it to Jacob so he could tip it to someone else. You don't have time for that. It's a catch and shoot right now for whoever can get their hands on the basketball. I'd be looking for Deonko Wilkerson or Gavin George, both receivers on the football team. But certainly Jacob is at midcourt, as I noted, and we may just be looking for that pass
and
to
a lot
Jacob.
of times they'll give it's about a dribble a second. So you might have time to catch one dribble and shoot, but it's got to all be in rhythm. There's the ball going to go down. Morrison catches it. And that will bring and they're asking for a foul. And the official who knows everything says that he had all ball. That guy never misses a call, in his opinion.
I can't believe Jacob swung at that. The shot wasn't going to get off, I don't think, in time. Honestly, it wouldn't have left his hand before the buzzer.
So we will go to overtime. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank.
Well, fun game. The Dragons average 82 points a game, and so Central Hardin did a pretty good job of defending to keep this game in the 60s.
So they'll put 4 minutes on the scoreboard. There will be a jump. It will not be, they will not start overtime on an alternate possession. We'll jump just like we did at the beginning of the ball game. So back out are the starters for South Oldham. Jason King, Nick Cranfield, Seth Johnson, Luke Morrison, and Ben Mickle. For the Bruins, Chase Elmore, Gavin George, Deonko Wilkerson, Jacob Hobbs, and Jack Kissaball.
I just go back to the end of regulation there. Just unbelievable that Morrison did not take the open three. Look, when he had it, I saw Coach Simpson shrug his shoulders at Morrison when he came to the sideline. unexplainable. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Central will control the tip. Now we'll go to alternate possession. If there's a tie-up, Seth Johnson anticipating that pass and gets the bucket there. Johnson gets a back-to-back steals for the Dragons, as it was Jacob Hobbs cutting to the hole. Morrison turns the corner, gives it up to King. That'll be a foul on Wilkerson, and that'll send Johnson to the line to shoot one in the bonus. That'll be Wilkerson's fourth, or sorry, his third, team seventh. Now he'll get the bonus free throw. George will walk it up the court. 4-point lead for the Dragons. 3:10 to go here in overtime. Hobbs on the baseline, guarded by Cranville, gives it to Wilkerson in the lane, and Wilkerson gets the bucket. Bianco Wilkerson now with 15 points on the night, cuts the Dragon lead to 2. King sends to the corner, Mickle for 3. It's long, and I believe that's going to be on Cranville, which will be his fourth. It will be. That'll be the double bonus at the other end. Gavin George to the line to shoot 2 more.
Gavin hasn't been very successful at the line, but they need 2 right here.
2:43 to go in overtime. Knocks that one down. Gives Gavin 20 points on the night. And press from, it's going to hit by Hobbs, knocks it out of bounds. Mickle to inbound it. Hobbs will be in front of him. And Wilkerson gets the steal. And leaning the wrong way, not able to get it. Somebody just fouled out, I believe. Yep. Nick Cranville will foul out of the ball game. He will finish with 8 on the night.
Well, I don't know if you just saw that catch by Deonka Wilkerson. That was what I was talking about at the end of regulation. He has an amazing ability to go get the ball.
It looks like it'll be Tim Stragan to check in for the Dragons. George will be going back to the line to shoot 2 more. It is Stragan into the lineup for South Oldham. Thomas Downs also checks into the lineup for the Dragons. George knocks down the first. He has 1 more to come. We're all tied at 66. King gives it. Downs now with it, picks it up and throws it out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say Kissaball touched it. And I will say this, everybody's complaining except Jack Kissaball. I think Kissaball did touch it and knew he touched it.
Yeah, I didn't think he did, but look at his face, and he absolutely did.
Everybody else was jumping, and he didn't really say a whole lot. South Oldham takes a full timeout, 2:24 to go in the ball game. Central Hardin on top, 67-66. And for Coach Simpson, is it you just can – they've had success getting players open, let's just say, on the right wing and then in the left corner. Johnson typically will drive the ball in. Now, the big thing with putting in Stragan and Thomas, they do not seem comfortable in the moment, it seems. What do you do when you have a player that might not be in the flow of the ball game? Because in the final 6 minutes of the game, nobody subbed in for the Dragons.
Well, those guys, as we've noted, are all great shooters. They need to be somewhere spotted up, ready for the basketball, because that's where they can help this team. They have struggled handling the ball, but hopefully Johnson and King, and Morrison are handling the basketball. And as they draw a double team, anytime they've gotten in the lane, they've drawn the double team, and there's an open Dragon somewhere around the three-point arc. That's what you're looking for as far as I'm concerned.
Stragan gets it into Johnson. And a back cut to Morrison. Called a charge. I disagree with that all the way. It looked like Elmore was falling before he even got to him.
He ran up under Morrison pretty good. I don't know if he had established position or not either. It's a kind of a questionable call. In fact, the official underneath the basket closest didn't want to call it either way.
Yeah.
He had really no feel for the call, and someone out of position had to make that call because the official closest didn't understand what was happening one way or the other.
George with it, guarded by King. Now they jump, and Johnson gets another steal, and that'll be a foul on George, and that'll send Johnson to the line. It's just going to be the 8th team foul. So it'll still be 1 in the bonus.
Well, they ran that same play with the exact same result about a minute and a half ago.
And Johnson comes off of his player who was down in the right corner and cuts across where Hobbs is cutting to. Now we'll get the bonus free throw.
These are almost as good as in because this is an 86% free throw shooter right here.
You can't talk about a streak in the middle of it.
Don't think it matters when the Dragons are concerned. They make free throws. Have they missed one yet, Bobby? They have not missed a free throw tonight. They haven't had very many, but they haven't missed them.
Now they run and jump at George. Then they back off, and it's an errant pass from George to Wilkerson, and a turnover back to the Dragons. I'm a little surprised they didn't guard Johnson a little bit more. He's the #1 ball handler for this team. He gets it to Downs, gets it Stragan from the corner, no good. Morrison with the rebound, kicks out, and now Johnson with it. Splits through, tried to throw it across. I think Coach Simpson would have rather him back it out. 1:28 to go in the ball game. Good find, Wilkerson in the middle. Had lost control of it. Bruins track it down. Trying to get it down low. Downs knocks it out. It'll stay with the Bruins. Wilkerson will pull up 3 right side off the iron. Hobbs with the offensive rebound. Gets it down low to George. It'll be on Stragan, his first. And that'll have Wilkerson at the line shooting 2. Wilkerson 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Wilkerson with 15 points in the ball game tonight. I think if this one goes through, Coach Nickel might take a timeout, set up the defensive attack. 1:03 to go in the ball game, all tied 68. Central Hardin on top by one, 69-68. Downs with it, and an errant throw out. Johnson, yeah, Johnson was stepping on the sideline.
That's just what you said, Bobby. Downs just looks uncomfortable with the ball in his hands. Ready to shoot on the offensive end, but doesn't want to handle it.
A quick throw in, they get it to Hobbs. Hobbs got hung in the air. Gavin George there to get it back. And if you're Coach Nickel, just play keep away. And Coach Nickel does call a timeout. The player I'm surprised that's not in is Mickle. Mickle came out when Cranfield fouled out. And he only has 2 fouls, but he's been a player. He was a starter, has played several minutes. Just surprised he hasn't been back in the ball game. 47 seconds to go here in overtime. Central Hardin on top, 68-69. This is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Up next for Central Hardin should be, I apologize for not having it right in front of me. They will be away at Breckenridge County on the 12th, which is Tuesday night. Then they will play at home, Meade County, which will have that game here on HCEC-TV next Thursday night as they wrap up their 2018-19 season. And then it's on to the district tournament, where Elizabethtown awaits on Wednesday night of the district tournament.
Well, you asked what they wanted out of tonight, and I think Coach Nickel has gotten it. You know, pretty well played game from his team. And now all these situations that you might face in a tournament with that same kind of pressure on. So fantastic opportunity for them. See if they can execute.
They were down with about 2 minutes to go. Now they're up with under a minute to go with a lead. And I don't know why they haven't fouled. I know why King hasn't fouled. He's got 4. And I believe that'll be King's 5th unless they get Morrison, which that would be his 5th. Somebody's fouled out. So Morrison fouls out. They're going to bring in Creighton Thieneman. And for King, he's going to finish the night with 7 points. He'll send Hobbs to the line. Hobbs 4 of 6 tonight. Or sorry, Elmore will go to the line. This will be Elmore's first trip to the line tonight. He's shooting 2 as the Bruins are in the double bonus.
Short-armed a little bit. That's nerves right there.
28 seconds to go. Knocks it down, so it'll be a 2-point lead. And now, what will the Dragons do? Down 2. Johnson gets into the lane, kicks out, around. Morrison for 3 from the corner, no good. Downs got fouled, comes down with it. I don't think they know.
Did anyone make a call? I'm still waiting for a call. Deonka Wilkerson had the ball, and he stepped out of bounds. Either he was pushed out or his momentum took him out. They're saying he was pushed out. I think they've called that on Johnson.
Wilkerson to shoot 2. 4th foul on Johnson.
One more make, and that's probably a wrap. But if he misses this one, this 3-point shooting team will have an opportunity to tie it.
Knocks them down. 10.5 seconds to go. 4-point lead.
That was clutch.
Yes, it was. Wilkerson has gone 4 for 4 here in the fourth quarter in overtime, and has actually knocked down the last 4 points to give the Bruins a 4-point lead. 10.5 seconds to go. You get to run the baseline. You've got to make the quick. You've got to score quick, foul quick. I'm a little surprised that Coach Simpson took the timeout there instead of trying to get it to midcourt and then calling it. Set yourself up something. We'll have to see what they come out and do. I've got to think Johnson and Morrison, one of those two's got to touch the basketball in quick fashion and then foul. I mean,
they're going to have a hard time getting it up the floor. You're right. They should have just taken it and gone, because this is going to give the Bruins an opportunity to set up the press, which they are having a super hard time breaking. And so that's just going to wind clock. That's going to run clock. Just them trying to advance it into a position where they can shoot it.
And if Central Hardin, or if South Oldham scores, Central Hardin, if it's under 5 seconds, will not have to touch the basketball. They can all just step out of bounds away from getting fouled. So they get it to Johnson.
No pressure.
And it'll be Stragan with the three. And they call the quick timeout. 5.1 seconds to go. It's a 1-point ball game. A person we didn't even think about.
They can all shoot it. By the way, I watched the JV game. They've got about 10 more guys that can shoot it.
10th three-pointer of the night for the Dragons. For the Bruins, 5 three-pointers on the night. Gavin George currently with 22 points. Tianko Wilkerson now with 19 points. Chase Elmore has 6. Jacob Hobbs with 17. Jack Kisseball with 5. For South Oldham, Stragan with 3. Downs with 3. King finished with 7. Cranfield finishes with 8. Johnson, 22. Morrison, 23. And Ben Mickle, 5.
They made that way, Central Hardin made that way too easy on South Oldham getting it up the floor. They could have pressured. Maybe they didn't want South Oldham throwing it over the top of the pressure, but that was just very easy.
Everybody except Moore. Oh, that was a push-off by George. Johnson's going to foul and foul out. I'm surprised they didn't put somebody else in instead of Johnson on him and foul immediately, and then once the foul happens, put Johnson back into the ball game. Johnson will finish the night with 22 points.
I might be wrong, Bobby. I think Central Hardin has 11 fouls on the game. Is that correct? Total? Or
yes.
11 fouls.
And there's a whole lot more on the other end.
Well, we've got 3 that are fouled out so far, don't we?
15, 18.
I'm sure Coach Simpson
26.
Coach Simpson's going to go home and feel like he got a little Central Hardin, Central Kentucky, home of the Heartland cooking.
So Wilkerson to the line to shoot 2. He's just as big as the last 2 he shot.
If he missed this, I would want to have guys in there with an opportunity to rebound the ball if I were the Bruins here.
No timeouts on either side, so if he misses this, they're going to have to go the length of the court. Knocks it down, so now they'll have to have a three-pointer. That'll be a foul. Hobbs fouls Richards. That'll be the third.
Good strategy. They can only score 2 here, but it'd be nice if the clock would have run a little more.
Now the bonus. And I would think you miss on purpose. And if he does, it's the first miss of the ball game. Hobbs gets the rebound, and that'll do it. Hobbs just throws it in the air. No one can catch it. And so Central Hardin pulls off the overtime victory, 74-72 over the Dragons. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. For the Bruins, they moved to 16-7 on the season, while the South Oldham Dragons dropped to 18-8 on the season. We have a overtime ball game. What are your final thoughts there, Coach?
Well, that was an awful lot of excitement. We had 2 great games in a row, but you know, the Bruins really showed a lot of resiliency. They got down early. Some things didn't always go their way late in the second half, and there in overtime they got down 4 points quickly in overtime off of a couple of turnovers, but they were very resilient tonight, and that's what it's going to take. That's tournament basketball, and so the takeaways for the Bruins are pretty well all positive. You'd like to see them hit a few more threes, but a lot of great takeaways for them. They got a lot of production out of people other than Jacob Hobbs, Gavin George, Deonko Wilkerson, just doing a great job making plays, and Deonko making 4 free throws in a row at the end there to seal it up. So just a great night for the Bruins.
Going down the scoring from tonight's ball game, first for the visitors on the scoreboard. Tim Stragan with 3. Carson Richards had 1. Thomas Downs with 3. Jason King with 7. Nick Cranfield with 8. Seth Johnson with 22. Luke Morrison led all Dragons with 23. And Ben Mickle with 5. For the Bruins, Gavin George led all Bruins with 22. Deonko Wilkerson with 21. Chase Elmore with 6. Jacob Hobbs with 17. And Jack Kisseball with 5. A reminder, we'll be back on the air next Thursday night, right back here at Central Hardin High School. It'll be boys basketball action as the Meade County Green Wave will come to take on the Central Hardin Bruins. For all of our workers here at HCEC-TV, for Mr. Dale Mings, for Coach Paul Gray, I am Bobby Thompson saying so long and good night.
This has been a Hardin County Educational and Community Television production. Live local sports are on Brandenburg Channel 1, and all rebroadcasts are on Brandenburg and Comcast Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and on our YouTube site. Also check out our live sporting events on nfhs.com or visit us at hardin.k12.ky.us. Hardin County Educational and Community Television, located in Hardin County, Kentucky, a division of Hardin County Schools, airing on Brandenburg, Comcast, Spectrum, and also airing online.
Providing live coverage of local high school sports.
Covering community and school events, while teaching students along the way.
HCEC-TV, the area's leading educational and government access channel, training the next generation of media arts students.
Control your home even when you're not there with Brandenburg Telecom's home automation service. Turn lights on and off, lock and unlock doors, and change settings on your thermostat using your smartphone or tablet. Stop worrying whether or not you remember to close the garage door, and save money by programming your thermostat to reduce energy used when you're not home. Call Brandenburg Telecom for a free quote and enjoy the convenience of having home automation, phone, TV, and internet service, all from one local company.
right, son. You ready to open your first savings account?
Yes, I am.
West Point Bank has been growing with our customers for over 30 years. We know what it takes to support them in every stage of their life. You need a bank that you know and trust to help you reach your goals and make your dreams come true. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
You have a choice because not all physical therapy is the same.
So when you need physical therapy, come to the one chosen as Hardin County's Reader's Choice winner 4 years in a row.
We are always working to better educate and stay ahead of the latest advancements in physical therapy.
Physical therapy can get you back doing what you love to do.
If you're experiencing pain, loss of mobility, or just want to feel better,
come see us at Physical Therapy Associates in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Hodgenville, and now open in Brandenburg.
Hey everyone, Ryan here. I just wanted to announce some exciting news that I'm officially a licensed realtor. I've been a part of a championship-winning basketball team, a conference-winning Bellarmine golf team, and now I'm part of an award-winning real estate team, JT Pitts & Associates at RE/MAX Premier Properties. If you have any real estate questions, real estate needs, or just want to reach out, please don't hesitate to call or send me a message. My number is right below. I'm ready to bring that winning mentality to the real estate industry so I can give my clients the service they deserve. Thanks.
Bluegrass Cellular's faster data speeds and more complete coverage keep you connected to your community, no matter where life takes you. Whether you're exploring your own backyard or forging new paths across the country. Talk better, text better, play better, and share better. Here, there, and everywhere. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
E-Town Exterminating, a locally owned, family-run pest control company, has been serving Hardin County and the surrounding area since 1976. E-Town Exterminating provides pest control for residential and commercial properties. E-Town Exterminating on Ring Road in Elizabethtown. Phone 737-6900.
E-Town Exterminating. What the buzz is all about.
For additional information on HCEC-TV programming, call 270-769-8855 or email Gina Ryan at hardin.kyschools.us. On behalf of HCEC-TV, we would like to thank all of our live coverage sponsors.